about how we create databases and how we can import tables into our databases. Okay, so to create databases, we have already created several databases that we have used. So to basically create a database is as simple as right-clicking on the databases folder here and say new database. Okay, then you enter the name of your database. Okay, new DB. You can use any name, then go ahead and say okay. So you see we have entered the name of our new database. So the database can have several tables, right? So to add a table to this database, you can basically import table from different sources, say from CSV, from Excel file, from text, and so on. So now we have from CSV. So let's right click on the database we want to import a flat file into. Then we go to task. Then we navigate to import flat file. Okay, so we have the import flat file wizard open to us. We then click on next to select the location of the file from our computer. So click on browse, then we navigate to the file, and this time we have it in our PC documents folder, and then we have SQL folder. So let's pick any table here. Let's just pick the customer table and go on, say okay. So you can as well change the name of your table here if you like it. Let us just change it for the sake of it. We'll say customer, right? So you can as well change it. Usually by default, the title of your CSV file is represented as the name of your table. So if that is not your choice or the goal, you can as well just go ahead and change the title of your table on the new table space here. When that is done, you then click on next. So the next here is for you to preview your data. This is how your table looks like. You preview, everything is fine. You go ahead and click next to modify columns. For modifying columns, what is crucial to look at is a column name. You can modify the column name. You can modify the data type. Then you can indicate the primary key on this table and if the table should allow null values. So if you click the drop down on any of these data types, you see you have numerous data types. So depending on what you want as your data type. However, I recommend that you format your CSV very well to ensure that you can basically have the correct data types during import. If that's not the case, you can as well correct the data type here, okay? Now, the tiny int is the small integers, right? It has the capacity to contain small integers. Whereas for varchar or nvarchar, it collects your string value, and the length of the string value is what we have as 50 here. Okay, so if you have a large table where you have columns that have certain areas or certain cells that have nulls, my recommendation will be for you to check allow nulls so that you can allow rows with nulls to be imported with your data as well. So when that is done, you click on next. This is the summary of your import information, then you click finish. So depending on the size of your data set, it might take a while to import, but this practice data is quite small, and that's why it imported immediately. So let's close. After we close now, if your data set is quite large, you click on the refresh, right? Then you can collapse your database in which you imported the data, go to your tables, click to collapse your tables to find the tables you have imported. This is our table, right? Okay. So to retrieve this table, you just have to come to new query, right? To give you a new query page to write your query. Then you ensure that your database is connected. How do you ensure it's connected? Your database where you have your table should be the one showing here. If not, you click the drop down and select your database, okay? so that whatever query you're writing here will be connected to the database and the table you are referencing. So we can look at all of our table to when we write the select statement and say all by the sign asterisk, then the from statement to indicate from what table, in this case, customers table. So when we do that, we can highlight it, then click on execute for us to see our tables, okay?